This is music, and this is Two for the Beast. Shaun the Beast has already reached 200 subs. It is well deserved because he makes great videos and shows a lot of cool stuff. He only recently started making videos, but he's been a part of the metal corner of the vinyl community for a long time, and he's been a very supportive member in his comments, so it is well deserved. Go and check out his channel. Now, the rule for the giveaway that he is running to celebrate that he's reached 200 subs is kind of like a two-themed contest. The rule is this: show 2 albums with the number 2 on the front. And it can't be 2 like the adverb, T-O-O. It can't be 2 like the preposition, T-O. And although he didn't mention it, I assume it can't be 2 like the infinitive marker either. It has to be 2 in its written form, and by that I assume he means 2 spelled out in letters, but he just said written form, and I would argue, for example, the Roman numeral here, like in Ghostbusters 2, that is a written form of the number 2. This is the pop, hip-hop, R&B soundtrack from Ghostbusters 2, and there are actually some pretty good, like, late 80s, early 90s rap songs on there, including a really cool song by Doggy Fresh called Spirit. And of course, there's also Ghostbusters 2, the score. So there you go. I would argue that is a written form of the number 2. You could also make the argument that the Arabic numeral 2, like in 2 minutes to midnight, right here, is a written form of the number 2. This is a fantastic Adrian Smith composed Iron Maiden song and a classic. And of course, another fantastic Adrian Smith composed song and a classic is Wasted Years. As you can see, you got the Arabic numeral 2 all over the place. I would argue it is a written form, and you can also, take it a step further, and it's part of this band's name. There are even 2 2s in it. 220 Volt. This is Mind Over Muscle. Fantastic Swedish heavy metal, melodic heavy metal, hard rock from back in the day. Their style started out being a bit more metal, and then they took it in a more like hard rock direction, but it's all good, and this is a fantastic album. Now, maybe, okay, it has to be written out in letters. So we can take a look at Bolt Throwers. In battle, there's no law, and I can hear you all scream. There's no 2, but you have enough letters on here that you can build your own 2. For example, there's a T right there. There is a W right there, and there's an O right there. 2. In the title as well, you got a T right here, you got a W right here, and you got an O right here. 2 spelled out in letters. So there you go. Now, did you think this was actually my entry? Of course not. I can actually do this contest without having to cheat. Up first, Alice Cooper original album series volume 2, spelled out in letters. It's kind of interesting because on the spine it's actually in the Arabic numeral, but on front it's spelled out in letters. And the second album, I have to kind of hold it up awkwardly because I have to cover up some words that YouTube won't like. But as you can see up there in the corner, there is a 2. The album is called Black Rock on Ice. So, so the band name is 2, and then a racist word for black people, and then and a racist word for white people. And the people you saw in front, that was actually the band. It's a power trio, and obviously they didn't come up with this name to offend anyone. It's just an instance of late 80s, early 90s irony, that kind of humor. But I think the internet nowadays is probably not on board with that kind of humor, and I don't think the whatever YouTube detection stuff is going on, I don't think it'll get that kind of humor either. But it's actually a great album. It's a Norwegian band. It's a mix of classic rock, hard rock, and punk rock, and it works really well. So there you go. 2 albums with 2 written out in letters on the front. Thanks for watching.